Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, I would be very, very grateful if you subscribe to the channel, you hit the notification bell as well, and that you like our videos, of course, if you find them useful to you. And let's go ahead and get started right away with the daily chart for Bitcoin, where we see yesterday we had a bit of a sell-off that got recovered very or relatively well. And we did not fall beyond the $38,000 level. In fact, I've been talking about this level one being very, very important for Bitcoin. And as you can see, we still have not gone under. And we actually had a bounce exactly at $38,246. And from there, we recover. And now we had even a bounce of about $2,500 more or less, and that kind of a bounce in a day, it's actually good. And now another thing to note here on the daily chart is that of course we do have our EMA lines above us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so all of them really above us, and that means first we have to, or it's very important for Bitcoin to once again and definitely move above them. Here we try that, and of course you can see we can manage it for very long. And now it's important that we consolidate here a bit and don't fall. And if we do manage to consolidate here for a while, that would be good, because then we can move closer to our 50 EMA line and then continue to climb upwards from there. Now, another thing to mention here is that our support line here at the bottom, the smaller one, as you can see, we had a bit of a break with a retest, and however, we recovered, and now we find ourselves once again above this support line. And it's a very important one, because you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 even. Again, the price went under with a retest, but and even went lower than this previous low over here on the 18th of April. But now we are, thank God, above this support line. On the 4-hour chart, we have also a nice V formation. And so what is a V formation? A V formation is usually a pattern that forms to signal a reversal, but we have to watch out that it's not one like the one that we had here, that clearly the price did climb, but then we had another massive drop that followed it. So it looks like that might be what could be happening here. And so that is why it's important that Bitcoin climbs, of course, but take this price or this level here out at $42,800 before we can move towards the $45,000, $46,000 levels. On the 1-hour chart, we see that even better. Again, this V formation that I just highlighted or talked about in the previous time frame. And so right now, of course, we here see that we find Bitcoin above all of the EMA ribbons, which is a very good sign. And we can turn this indicator here so you can see that even better. So of course, every time we have this crossing here from green to red, then that's where you have this big drop in the price that we just experienced in the recent days. And then here another switch towards the green indicates the price is moving up. On the 4-hour chart, that means, or time frame, that takes a bit longer, as you can see, but even here we're seeing that switch taking place once again. One thing to keep in mind, of course, as always, is today when the markets open again, see how they behave, what happens there, because as I always say, right now Bitcoin is very connected and gets affected easily by how the traditional markets do. So that is something, of course, to have on the radar. Now, while we're still here on the 4-hour time frame, let's go ahead and take a look as well at the Fibonacci retracement levels. So let's go ahead and draw that up. As you can see, we managed to quickly pierce the 0.382 level down here, recover, and right now are retesting our 0.5 level. we have to manage to remain above this level and then pierce through the 100 EMA line, maybe with the retest, hope in best case scenario. And then if we do that, then the way to our golden pocket is relatively free. You can see we tried that before, but we couldn't do it for the long term. And also you can see here we're forming what could be a bottom. Now I say could be because all of this really at the moment is dependent on what the traditional markets do. We have, of course, this week where a lot of companies, tech companies, are going to be releasing their numbers. Some of them already have. So, Apple, Microsoft, and so on. If things here, when they release their numbers, go well, and they say, okay, we've had good numbers, then of course we can be consolidating here for a while. If the numbers are bad, then you can already imagine what could also happen to Bitcoin. Now let's go and quickly, before we move on to other things, let's have a quick look at Ethereum, where here as well you can see we've had a V formation take place. And who could have thought? I've been talking about this, the important levels that I highlighted here, and I said the last hope for us is $2,815. So congratulations to those of you who are watching our videos, and this is why I recommend that you watch all of our videos every single day, because whoever opened a long trade here had 8.17% profit by doing so. So congratulations to those of you who did. Again, these are some of the levels that I mentioned. Right now we are fighting our way between the 50 and 100 EMA line before moving up. But again, this V formation here is looking very, very good. And again, our 2,815 level not only held, but also gave us the recovery that Ethereum needed. So right now here we can be forming a bull flag, of course, before the price continues to move up, and that would of course be a positive sign for Ethereum as well. And things here are looking not that bad anymore. So this V formation here, this consolidation, and these movements, all of these I've talked about already in our previous videos. So please do subscribe to the channel. It is completely free. Now with the feed and greed index, not a whole lot has changed. That's why I'm reducing this to just once a week. When we look at this, you can see we're still in that range of 30 and 20 points. And we're not really going to move out of here, I think, until we go back to the $50,000 levels for Bitcoin. Important thing here, yesterday Elon Musk finally got the approval to buy Twitter and be taking the company completely private again. So he effectively becomes the boss of Twitter. And what happened, of course, is that Dogecoin had a 25% of movement yesterday towards the upside, had a run up of 25%. So that is, of course, known to many of you that follow Elon Musk. He's a very big fan of Dogecoin, and so he invested, around $44 billion to buy the company along with other investors, and that caused a huge spike in the price for Dogecoin. So the possibility now presents itself that somehow Dogecoin will be implemented in one way or another, possibly with the social media application. So that of course remains to be seen. But congratulations to the gold members. We came in here yesterday, the gold members for bitbulltrading.com. We came in here and we had a nice profit. Right now, another good sign here is that since the all-time high that we reached here in May, I think, May of 2021, we've been in this downtrend, under this downtrend line. As you can see here on the daily, we finally broke out of it, and we possibly even had a retest here on the 1 hour chart. We do have to be careful because maybe there's a double top forming here that could bring the price back down to this level, no question. So if you do have a long position in profit, then go ahead and take your winnings. At least that is what I would do. Now this area here is interesting because highlighted these areas since I think all the way back here when we had these movements. You can see here there's a lot of support and resistance, a lot of movement in this area. And so right now that's where we are with Dogecoin. Definitely lots and lots of potential here. And in fact, it doesn't have to be today or this week or this month even, but at some point I can predict that Elon Musk is going to be tweeting about Dogecoin implemented in Twitter, and that's when you can see the rocket taking off for Dogecoin. So definitely very, very, very interesting. So that is all for Dogecoin, and now let's go back to Bitcoin before we close this video. Important is that we don't go back below the $40,000 level. That is the important area where we have to stay above of. And you can see also here on the daily chart, we might go back to retest our 200 EMA line here and then consolidate before we move up. But that is what needs to happen today. Thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Basti. Bye-bye.